First of all, at the end of the day, it's all about putting in time and grinding and hard work. And you know what, being in the right place at the right time doesn't hurt.
I always knew that I wanted to be a musician from the time I was very young. So I took the necessary steps to prepare myself to become what I wanted to be, meaning I took private lessons, I did all these things. I knew I wanted to study guitar, so that's why I wanted to go to Berklee College of Music. That was like, you know, one of the top music schools I wanted to go to, so my whole 12th grade year, I set myself to prepare for that audition, which I got in, I got a scholarship, and I was able to go there and, you know, learn my craft for my instrument.
You know, a lot of networking. I think that's one of the biggest things, and a lot of practice, a lot of determination. You know, I would come home and just lock myself in the room, practice, 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 watch videos, do research on other DJs, listen to mixtapes, listen to the radio.
When I was 11 years old, I received a scholarship to go to LA. I trained for a month, and I was introduced to dances and art at that time. I never saw it really so much as a lifestyle. Prior to that, it was just, okay, this is what I do after school, and I compete, and that's just what I did. And once I saw it, and I was like, whoa, people really make a living this way, and I got to just see it in a different light, and that's when I realized, you know, this is what I want to do. I continued to go to LA up until I was about 18. I'd go for a month every summer and train and make connections and do shows, and it's kind of what kicked it off.
I remember being at home. I had done a bunch of gigs with my brother that weekend, and we were helping out a guy by the name of Bob Rosenberg, which was the main guy at Hot 105 as far as DJ-wise. And that weekend, he had seen me spin, and he was like, damn, this kid he's got pretty good. And he called me up, he goes, hey, there's an opening. Somebody just got fired, and I recommended you for the job. You're gonna be live on the radio tonight. And my whole world turned upside down. But I was like, you know what? I was 15, 16 years old. And I just pretended when I got to Luke's club, I pretended I was in my room, spinning the way I would always spin when I was just chilling by myself. And I knocked it out the park.
Make sure that you understand your financial situation as far as what you owe and when you owe that, how much the payments are.
Managing your money is very important in any business, in anything you do, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And we've seen it in the economy. From the first time you could get a job, you know what I mean? Yeah, go out and buy your nice clothes and everything, but always take a little money and set it aside in a little piggy bank, whatever you have, because it's important.
Biggest advice I would give, especially when it comes to planning your financial future, is at the end of the month, at the end of the week, whenever it is that you get paid, put a little away. Yes, have fun, go shopping, go pop bottles, all that good stuff, but also put a little bit away so that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you got a little something saved up.
I always say it takes money to make money. You know, even if it's a small investment, you have to put money back into yourself.
Like Pitbull was very smart in the early set with his finances. He didn't really do nothing crazy. You know, he tried to, any money he made, he put it back into a t-shirt company or selling belts or selling hats or selling whatever he could sell to kind of make that money back to put back into the business. And the same thing with our family. You know, the finances we made off the Cops thing, we built a studio that's kind of self-running itself right now, you know? So it's like, it's definitely a big part of putting money back into your business.
Always watch your credit score. You know, everything you do from the minute you turn 18 messes up your credit score or helps your credit score. And with a bad credit score,
keep your credit clean. You're gonna need your credit, you're gonna need it in the early days. You know, a lot of times you're gonna have to, you know, front the bill for yourself in the beginning.
At 18, I probably had, 18, 19, I probably had $20,000 worth of credit. So that kind of helped me, put me through college, but at the same time, you know, after college, I was paying for all that debt.
It's just extremely important for people to understand, you know, where their money's coming in and how they're going to spend it. So I knew coming up that it was important for me to spend it wisely and kind of look to the future, not just the here and now. Fortunately, you know, because I've been doing that, I have good credit, you know, I was able to buy a home and pay for my own wedding. So it's like, It's things that I did what I had to do, so I was able to do what I wanted to do when the time came.
Everybody around me was Spanish. My whole family is Puerto Rican, so we were just very Puerto Rican-ish. From the food, to the dancing, to the music.
When you hear someone say, I'm Latino, they say it with pride.
I am Latino. I feel Latino. I say that I'm Latino.
To the way I was raised, my morals, my beliefs.
I love to showcase that, and I think it's actually a part of my flavor in my music, in my style, so it definitely formed a big part in my life.
God. Latin culture, it's in everything. We are no longer the minority, we are the majority.
You know, no matter where you go in America, you see a Latin presence.
We used to have our own one little section. Now forget about it. We've got an entire aisle. So I think that's, definitely showing that, Latino culture and Caribbean culture has really, come to the forefront here. And it's definitely something to be reckoned with in the U.S. It's no longer something that can be ignored. So definitely be Latino and proud.
It's Latino. We have a lot of soul. We have a lot of flavor.
I mean, we come from all over the world, and I think that we can break down our differences, which is variations in our language or, maybe skin color or, accents that we have.
Solfrito is a mix of culture to me, and it is a mix of flavor, a mix of attitude, a mix of who we are and where we come from.
A whole bunch of soul Latino style. And that's what it means to me, man. Solfrito.
When it comes to sofrito, I think that you can't have great food without it. When it comes to solfrito, I think you can't have great music without it.
It just means unity. It means a collage.
But when I hear the word sofrito, I think it's a perfect explanation of Miami. Like sofrito's the food, it's just, a mix of food. Miami's just a mix of culture, a mix of so many different cultures, same thing.
Sofrito it's Latino. We have a lot of soul. We have a lot of flavor, and everything tastes better when it comes from sofrito.